is Savannah from Classy Clutter, and today I'm going to show you how I decorate my Christmas tree. This year's Christmas tree, I'm using a 12-foot pre-lit Keyser flocked pine tree from At Home. You can decorate a beautiful Christmas tree that looks very professional just by following a few simple steps. The first, make sure that you fluff your Christmas tree. It comes all squished together in the box. Make sure you take the time to fluff up your Christmas tree. It will make it so much easier and so much better in the end. After I get a few of my favorite different decor pieces in all different shapes and sizes, I lay everything out so it's really organized by shape and also by category and also by color. After you have everything laid out on the ground, now you can easily see exactly what you want to use for your Christmas tree. When it comes for shopping for items for your Christmas tree, I like to get things in all different shapes and sizes. I like to get some bigger items like maybe some table decor or maybe some holiday signs, so it's thinking a little bit outside the box and it will make a big difference in your tree. After you've fluffed your tree, now it is time to add in the bigger pieces of your Christmas decor. I like to put my bigger items in my Christmas tree very first. I want to make sure that it's evenly dispersed and I want to make sure that the color scheme is all coming together smoothly. After I've put in all my bigger items, I now like to go in with some filler product. This may be some basic ornaments or it may be some ribbon. Be sure that you step back to make sure that everything is evenly proportioned and everything is looking great. I like to place my biggest items very first. I'm going to kind of separate this a little bit, kind of like the bow to show best, and use some of your branches to your advantage. So, because this bow has like a little loop right here, I'm going to use this to kind of hold it in place. And that way, it's a little bit easier to do. So I continue adding bigger size items. This is like a giant ornament. Use the string. I'm going to kind of settle it in there a bit. So I don't want it to just be hanging. Settle that in there. Another tip that I like to use is I do not take off the tag until I'm putting them on the tree. That way, if I have extras, I can always take them back if I need to. Once again, I'm using this branch to kind of position him in and help hold him in place. Grab some branches, just like that. Okay, so I have this bigger garland that I want to be in there, but I don't want it to be like a main focus of the tree. So I'm gonna bend it in there and go in between some of these bigger items. I want to shove it in there pretty good. Like that. Go up and around. You can also use picks for this if you don't want to use like a full garland. I like this because it kind of matched everything else that I had going on. But I'm going to kind of spread out some of the tree so it's not like all about the garland, but it is definitely there. Florals can also be a really great way to add some texture and also just kind of change things up a bit. So I got these really pretty like frosted floral pieces, stems, that I'm just going to kind of place in the tree. Kind of just add just a little bit of texture. Don't be afraid to like shove them in there. That will add like a little bit more texture in there. I also found these little poinsettias. This is part of the At Home Holiday Glitz collection. So I got this, which will add another bit of dimension. I'll kind of add like a little bit of a floral effect. And then for a bit of pop of color, they have these really cool florals, part of the Luxe, Lavish and Luxe collection at Home. add like a pop of color right in here. Another part of the Lavish and Luxe collection at home are these like velvety flowers. And these actually have clips on them, so you can clip them onto the tree branches. And these are more of like filler products. These are a little bit smaller in size compared to some of the bigger items. Add it right in here. So after my big items are kind of dispersed, then I kind of add a little bit more of these like filler pieces. Actually go a little bit higher. This guy. And then for a few more filler products, I have these classic ornaments. These ones are like a fuchsia color. These are gonna add a little bit more pop of color. And then I also have some of these like glittery ones. These are a little bit bigger than these ones, and I feel like these will add like a classic look to them. And all of these ornaments and stuff like that are more of like filler size products, and so I feel like these are a perfect way. It's really inexpensive, so after you have like your really big pieces, you're gonna add some of this filler product. I also like to add some Christmas ribbon to my tree. I don't add it along the whole entire tree, but I do add bits of it, and I use these ornament hooks to make a faux bow. So let me show you how I do that. First thing I do is I'm going to cut my holiday ribbon. They're really cute tails. Like that. And this is probably 14 inches or so. And I'm gonna use these ornament hooks, which I never use for like my entire tree. So I use these, and I make a bunny ear bow on one side, then I go the other side. So I don't make a complete bow. I use this and I twist it around. Okay. I fluff it. I have these cute tails. Kind of use these as another way to kind of fill in some of these spots. So I may like tuck it in here, and see why it doesn't really matter if it's like a full bow, because it looks like it's a full bow even though it really isn't, but it kind of breaks up these bolts. So I kind of just add a couple of little things like that. A few more filler pieces are something like this. It's not too big. Also, something like this. It will kind of just stick in nicely. And I also have this beautiful long situation that I feel like is perfect for at the very, very end. I'm just gonna add this kind of in for just like a little bit of texture. I also want to add this for a little bit more of that fuchsia pop of color. Maybe go about there. Use a little bit of pink over here. So if you're going to use color, you just want to make sure that your color is evenly dispersed throughout your tree. My big items are mostly all of that lighter tone, like rose goldy color, and then my pops of color are more of these smaller piece items. So that way, overall, like there is some color, but there's not a ton of color that's going on within the main part of my tree. I also have this to add a little bit of color. I only have one of these actually because that's all they had left in the store, but I do love him and I think that he's going to go towards the front of my tree because he's kind of a one of a kind. I want him to be front and center.